Hello folks, Mark Sherrill, Nottingham Pest Control. Let's talk about the myth that all pest control companies are the same. If you're a consumer, and this really applies to whether it's residential or commercial, um, the myth that all pest control companies are the same. Let's debunk that myth right now. The comparison to, let's say, we'll say company A, they are a quarterly based program, they push quarterly. All they're trying to do is treat around the base of the structure, and ants and spiders are their main focus. That's all they do. Then there's company B, who might be a midpoint or higher point service. They're going to treat ants, spiders, and maybe do some trapping work for you. Okay. And then there's company C, who is a company that can do ants, spiders, they'll do rodents, they'll do the trapping, they'll do cleanup, they'll do termite treatments, um, their inspection process, and a lot of experience because they've been servicing all these other lines of service for so long. They have a great deal of experience. They probably even understand construction a little bit. So if you're trying to understand which service provider would you rather have, if let's just say theoretically they're all the same price, which one would you have? Would you want to have company A, who knows very minimal aspects of pest control, doesn't push to know or have these other lines of service or have experience, so therefore their technicians, all they know are treat base of the structure, leave invoice, and move on? Or company B is limited to maybe one or two lines of service, and that's all they do, those two lines of service, versus say company C now, who has multiple lines of services, multiple years of experience in those lines of services. So even though your main focus may be one aspect of those service lines, but having the ability to communicate conducive conditions and point out that there's potential risks, you're getting more value, more bang for the buck, so to speak, by having someone who can share and point out those concerns before they become secondary or third related costs that you may not have been aware of. An example would be a pest control technician comes to a property and identifies conducive conditions for a rodent problem, even though there may not be one, that you're able to make some simple repairs, maybe a handyman can address on the front side, that costs just a few $100 if you're not savvy enough to handle it on your own. Well, what that information has led to is a inexpensive repair and prevention of saving chewed electrical wiring, HVAC ducts getting damaged, and having filthy remains being pumped out through the inside of the house, attic insulation being contaminated, which can lead to health risks down the road, and difficulty for contractors or anyone wanting to do work. The process of selling the home can be complicated in that, versus say having a technician who all he does is come in, focus his attention to the foundation, make an application, leave an invoice, and not communicate anything. And in these two scenarios, it's really common for the pricing to be different. You may have this really excellent service, sometimes is on the higher end, and depending on the company can also be on the lower end. Here at Nottingham Pest Control, we'd like to think that we're in the low to mid price point, that we're not necessarily always on the upper end, and we offer a lot of that information and shared experience. Whereas someone who's very limited in their services and in their pursuit of services, they only have one line of service per se. Sometimes those companies can also be on the higher end or the lower end. It really just depends on the perspective of whoever's providing the proposal. So if that helps you understand how to filter, you want to look at line of services, how far the technician treats out, Also, quality assurance. What type of support does that technician have if they're meeting a complicated challenge? So these are some areas that I hope I've helped you to help and pinpoint. And if you ever have any pest control questions, please feel free to give me a call. Mark Sherrill, Nottingham Pest Control, 925-732-2310. Thank you.